Chosen one, ignoring April 5th through 7 will cost you everything. And God said, do not sleep on this. Stop. Do not scroll. Do not let your thumb move past this video, because what you are about to hear in the next 60 minutes was not recorded for the masses. It was not uploaded for everyone. This message, right here, right now, at this exact second that you pressed play, was placed in your path by a hand you cannot see but have always felt. And if you are hearing my voice at this very moment, that is not an accident. That is not the algorithm. That is not luck. That is a divine appointment that was written into your life long before you woke up today. I need you to hear me carefully. Something is happening between April 5th and April 7th that will change the direction of your entire life. Not in some small way, not in some minor shift you will barely notice. I am talking about a complete rearrangement of your world. Doors that were welded shut are about to be blown open. Things you stopped praying for because the silence lasted too long are about to show up at your front door. And the enemy knows this. He has known about this window longer than you have. That is why the last few weeks have been so heavy. That is why you have been drained for no reason. That is why your sleep has been disrupted. Your peace has been stolen. And your faith has been hanging by a thread you were too tired to hold on to. But you held on anyway, and that is why you are here. Most chosen ones will never hear this, not because it is hidden, but because they scroll past it too soon. They let the noise win. They let the distraction pull them away at the exact moment heaven was trying to speak. But not you. Something inside you right now, something deeper than curiosity, something heavier than habit, told you to stay. That was me. That was your father speaking into the part of you that still believes even when believing hurts. I know what you have been carrying. I know about the nights you did not tell anyone about. I know about the prayers you whispered into your pillow when the house was dark and everyone else was asleep. I know about the tears that fell when nobody was watching. I know about the moment you almost gave up and the moment right after when you decided to keep going even though you had no reason to. You thought nobody saw that. You thought that Christ was not recorded. But I saw every second of it. And it is the reason I chose you for what is coming. Now I need to tell you something, and I need you to receive it with your whole heart. This video is not entertainment. This is not background noise for your morning. This is a direct word from the throne of heaven, delivered to you in a format your generation can receive. And if you treat it like just another video, you will walk right past the greatest shift of your entire existence. But if you stay, if you sit with me through every single minute of what I am about to reveal, you will understand why you had to suffer. You will understand why the delay was so long. You will understand why certain people left, and you will see with perfect clarity what I have been building for you in the silence. But before I tell you that, stay with me, because what comes next will completely change how you see what you have been going through. There are 3 things being activated in your life during this window. 3 specific things. One of them involves money that has been blocked from reaching you. One of them involves a person, either someone entering your life or someone God is finally removing. And the third one is the biggest. The third one is the reason the enemy tried so hard to keep you from pressing play on this video. I will reveal all 3 before this video ends. But you must stay. You must be present. Because the anointing on this word is time sensitive, and the window I am speaking about does not stay open forever. I did not bring you here to waste your time. I brought you here because you are standing at the edge of the greatest breakthrough you have ever experienced, and you do not even know it yet. Everything you lost is about to be returned. Everything that was stolen is about to be restored at double the measure. And the people who counted you out are about to watch God count you in, right in front of their eyes. So settle in. Turn your volume up. Let this word wash over you like water over dry ground. And if this video found you at the perfect time, at the exact moment you needed to hear from heaven, then type "I am ready" right now. Type it in the comments and let me know that your spirit is open, your heart is willing, and you are prepared to receive everything that God has been holding for you. And before we go any further, I need you to do one thing for me. I need you to type "Amen" right now, not later, not at the end, right now, because that single word is your agreement with heaven. That single word tells me you are not just listening, you are receiving. Type "Amen" to affirm that you are here on purpose. You are chosen on purpose. And what God is about to do in your life between April 5th and 7 will leave no doubt in your mind that you were never forgotten. Now I need to talk to you about something, and I need you to listen closely, because this part right here is where everything starts to make sense. You have been feeling something lately, and you have not been able to explain it to anyone. Not because you do not have the words, but because the people around you would not understand even if you tried. There is a heaviness sitting on your chest that did not come from anything specific. Nobody died. Nothing collapsed. But you wake up tired even after a full night of rest. You move through your day feeling like you are walking through water. And by the time the sun goes down, you feel like you fought a war that nobody else can see. Do not move past this part, because this is where most chosen ones miss what was meant for them. That feeling you are carrying is not depression. It is not anxiety, and it is not a sign that something is wrong with you. I need you to hear that again. Nothing is wrong with you. What you have been feeling is spiritual pressure. It is the weight that comes right before a massive shift in your life. Think about what happens right before dawn. The sky gets darker. The air gets heavier. Everything feels still, almost suffocating. But that darkness is not the end. It is the signal that light is seconds away. And that is exactly where you are right now. You are in the final moments of your darkest hour, and you have been mistaking it for your permanent address. Here is something most people will never understand about the way I work. When I am about to elevate someone, I do not announce it with fireworks. I announce it with silence. I go quiet. I let the phone stop ringing. I let the invitations dry up. I let friendships fade and opportunities stall. And to the person living through it, it feels like abandonment. It feels like I turned my back. But what I was actually doing was clearing the room. I was removing every distraction, every wrong voice, every person who was not assigned to your next season, so that when the door opens, you walk through it without dead weight pulling you backward. The loneliness you felt was not rejection. It was divine isolation. I was setting you apart because I cannot pour what I have for you into a cluttered vessel. And there is one more thing you have been carrying that I need to address. The doubt. That quiet voice in the back of your mind that keeps whispering, maybe this is not for you. Maybe you misheard God. Maybe you are not special. Maybe you are just fooling yourself. I know that voice has been loud lately. I know it has kept you up at night. I know there were moments you believed it more than you believed me. But I want you to know that voice does not come from heaven. That voice is the enemy's last attempt to make you quit right before your breakthrough arrives. And the fact that it has been getting louder is not a sign that he is winning. It is a sign that he is panicking because he can see what I have placed on the other side of this window, and it terrifies him. So if you have been feeling this exact heaviness, if every word I just spoke landed somewhere deep inside your spirit, then type Amen right now so I know this message is reaching the right soul. Type it and let heaven know that you are still here. You are still standing, and no amount of silence or pressure or doubt has been enough to make you walk away from what I promised you. And what I am about to share next, almost no one talks about this. But it will change everything about how you see what has been happening behind the scenes of your life. While you thought nothing was moving, I told you I would show you what has been happening behind the scenes, and I do not break my promises. So stay with me right now, because what I am about to reveal is going to rewrite the story you have been telling yourself about your own life. You thought you were stuck. You thought the silence meant I forgot about you. You thought the closed doors meant I was punishing you for something you did wrong. But I need you to understand something right now, and I need it to sink into the deepest part of your spirit. I have not been ignoring you. I have been engineering something so precise, so perfectly timed, that even one day too early would have ruined it. And that is why I made you wait. Not because you did not deserve it sooner, but because what I have for you requires exact timing, and the window I chose is April 5th through 7. Let me tell you what I have actually been doing while you were crying yourself to sleep, while you were wondering if your prayers were hitting the ceiling and bouncing back, while you were scrolling through other people's blessings and wondering why yours never came. I was moving things you cannot see. I was rearranging people in positions you do not even know about yet. I was softening a heart that needed to be softened before it could receive you. I was closing a deal in the spiritual realm that has not manifested in the physical realm yet. And I was removing a blockage that has been sitting over your finances for longer than you realize. You saw none of this, but all of it was happening at the same time you were questioning whether I still cared. Stay right here, because this next part is something most people never learn about how I operate. When I am preparing a major blessing for one of my chosen ones, I do not just prepare the blessing, I prepare the person. And the preparation never feels like preparation. It feels like punishment. It feels like loss. It feels like everything is falling apart, when in reality, everything is falling into place. The relationship that ended last year did not end because you were not enough. It ended because that person was not equipped to stand beside you in the season I am bringing you into. The job you lost was not a failure. It was a forced exit from a place that was too small for what I am building through you. And the friend who walked away without explanation did not leave because they stopped caring. They left because I removed them. Their chapter in your story was finished, and if they had stayed, they would have. V contaminated the new thing I am planting in your life. Here is the truth no one says out loud. You were never broken. You were never forgotten. You were always exactly where you needed to be. Every tear had a purpose. Every sleepless night was a seed. And the harvest from all that hidden suffering is about to break through the soil between April 5th and 7 in a way that will make every single person who doubted you go silent. I know trust has been hard for you. I know believing without seeing has cost you more energy than anyone around you understands. But I am asking you right now to hold on for just a little longer. Not blind faith, informed faith. Because now you know what I have been doing. Now you see that the pain was not pointless. So type 777. Right now, if you trust my timing, even when you cannot see the full picture, type it. And let that number become your declaration that you are done questioning the process and you are ready to receive the outcome. And what comes next is the part you have been waiting for without even knowing it. I am about to tell you the 3 specific things that are being activated in your life during this window. 3 things. Not vague promises, not general blessings. 3 exact shifts that will touch your money, your relationships, and your God-given calling all at once. Do not leave before you hear them. Here they are, the 3 things I promised you. I do not want you to just hear them. I want you to receive them into your spirit, like water soaking into ground that has been dry for far too long. Because these are not random blessings I am scattering into the wind, hoping they land somewhere. These are targeted, assigned, and sealed with your name. They have been waiting in the spiritual realm for the exact moment I am about to release them. And that moment falls between April 5th and 7. So do not rush through this part. Let every word land. The first thing being activated is a financial door that has been sealed shut over your life. And I am not talking about a small unexpected check or a few extra dollars in your account. I am talking about a stream of provision that was supposed to reach you a long time ago, but was blocked by something you could not see. There has been a spiritual hand pressing against your finances. Every time you got close to breathing room, something broke. Something demanded payment. Something drained what little you had saved. That was not bad luck. That was a targeted attack against your resources. Because the enemy knows that when a chosen one is funded, they become dangerous. But I am breaking that seal. Between April 5th and 7, you are going to notice something shift in your financial world. An opportunity will appear. A conversation will happen. A door that was closed to you before will swing open as if it was never locked. And this time, nothing will block it, because I am the one holding it open. The second thing being activated is a relationship that has been blocked. Now listen carefully, because this one is personal, and I know it has caused you more silent pain than you have admitted to anyone. You have been carrying a loneliness that goes beyond being alone in a room. It is the kind of loneliness you feel even when people are around you. The feeling that nobody truly sees you. Nobody fully understands what lives inside your heart. You have smiled through conversations while feeling invisible. You have given love to people who never learned how to return it. And somewhere along the way, you started to believe that maybe deep connection was something meant for other people, but not for you. That belief is a lie, and I am dismantling it during this window. The relationship I am sending is not one you will have to chase. It is not one you will have to beg to stay. It is a action that will feel like home the moment it arrives, and you will know it is from me because it will heal something in you that you never even told anyone was wounded. Do not move past this part, because this third activation is the one the enemy fought hardest to keep you from hearing. The third thing being unlocked is your calling, the thing you were born to do. The purpose that has been sitting inside you like a fire with no oxygen. You have felt it your entire life. That pull towards something greater. That restlessness that told you there is more to your existence than what you are currently living. You were right. There is more. And the reason it has been delayed is not because you were not ready. It is because I was positioning the right people, the right platforms, and the right timing to receive what you carry. That alignment completes between April 5th and 7. Here is something most people do not know. When I activate a calling, I do not do it one piece at a time. I flood the gates. Everything you need to walk in your purpose will begin showing up rapidly and in ways that make no logical sense to the people watching your life. But it will make perfect sense to you because you have been waiting for it your whole life. So right now, right this second, type 1111 if you are claiming all three blessings. The financial door, the relationship, the calling. Type 1111 and declare with your own hands that you are not leaving this window empty-handed. Heaven is watching your response. And stay with me, because what I need to warn you about next is something the enemy is already planning against you. He cannot stop what I have activated, but he is going to try to steal it after it arrives. And if you do not hear what I am about to tell you, you could lose everything you just claimed. Now I need to tell you something that might make you uncomfortable, but I need you to hear it, because your breakthrough depends on it. There is a reason you almost did not make it to this part of the video. Think back to the moment before you pressed play. Something tried to pull your attention away. A notification. A thought that told you to watch this later. A sudden urge to check something else first. That was not your mind wandering. That was a calculated, deliberate attempt by the enemy to keep you from hearing what I just revealed to you. Because he knew that if you heard about the 3 activations between April 5th and 7, you would claim them. And once you claim what I have assigned to you, his grip on your life is finished. Let me show you how he has been operating. And I need you to pay very close attention, because once you see this pattern, you will never unsee it. Every time you have been on the edge of something good, something went wrong. Every time you started to build momentum, a crisis appeared out of nowhere. Every time you felt a spark of hope, someone said something or something happened that knocked you right back down. You thought that was life. You thought that was just how things go for you. But that was warfare. Targeted, specific, intentional warfare aimed at one person. You. And the reason you were targeted is not because you are weak. It is because you are a threat. A chosen one who wakes up to their purpose is the most dangerous thing the enemy will ever face. And he has spent years trying to put you to sleep before this moment arrived. Here is something that will change how you understand spiritual resistance for the rest of your life. The enemy cannot stop what God has ordained. He does not have that authority. He cannot cancel the financial door I am opening. He cannot block the relationship I am sending. He cannot erase the calling I have placed on your life. What he can do is convince you to disqualify yourself. That is H's only weapon, deception. He whispers that you are not worthy. He replays your worst mistakes on a loop inside your mind at 3 in the morning. He sends people into your life who echo the very lies he planted in your head. And his goal is never to destroy you directly. His goal is to make you destroy yourself by walking away from what I have prepared for you. And that is exactly what he tried to do today. He tried to make you scroll past this video. He tried to make you believe this was just another video, just another message, just another empty promise from the internet. But you did not scroll. You stayed. And that single act of obedience, that one decision to keep watching when everything inside you was being pulled in a different direction, that just broke something in the spiritual realm that the enemy spent months building against you. You may not feel it yet, but the chains are already falling. The walls are already cracking. And by the time this video ends, you are going to walk out of this moment as a completely different person than the one who pressed play. So I need you to do something right now, and I need you to do it with force. Type "God wins" in the comments. Do not type it quietly. Do not type it with hesitation. Type it like a war cry. Type it like a declaration that shakes the foundations of every lie the enemy has ever whispered into your ear. Because when a chosen one openly declares that God wins, the enemy does not just retreat. He flees, and he cannot come back to the same door twice. Once you have sealed it with your faith. Do not move past this next part, because this is where most chosen ones miss what was meant for them. What I am about to share next is about a specific person in your life. Someone you have been holding on to even though they have been draining you. Someone the enemy has been using as an open door into your peace. And I am out to tell you exactly who they are and why I am removing them before this window opens. Stay with me. I told you I was going to name what has been draining you, and I do not go back on my word. There is a person in your life right now, and the moment I started talking about them, your spirit already whispered their name. You felt it. That slight tightening in your chest, that heaviness that sits on you every time you think about them. You do not need me to tell you who it is, because your soul has known for a long time. The problem was never that you did not see what they were doing to you. The problem is that you loved them too much to walk away. And that love, that loyalty you gave to someone who never fully gave it back, is one of the most painful things I have watched you carry. I saw what they did to you when nobody else was looking. I saw how they made you feel small in rooms where you should have stood tall. I saw how they took your kindness and treated it like weakness. I saw how they came to you when they needed something and disappeared the moment you needed them. And the worst part, the part that still keeps you up some nights, is that you kept giving. You kept showing up. You kept being the bigger person over and over again until there was almost nothing left of you to give. You did that because your heart is rare. But that same rare heart is exactly why I have to step in now and do what you have not been able to do for yourself. I am removing this person from your life, and I need you to understand why before you try to stop me. This is not punishment for them. I do not operate from anger. This is protection for you. Because where I am taking you between April 5th and 7, you cannot carry them. The blessing I have prepared for you requires both of your hands. And right now, one hand is still holding on to someone who was only meant to be in your life for a season. That season ended a long time ago, but you kept extending it because letting go felt like losing. I need you to hear me when I say this. Letting go of the wrong person is not losing. It is making room. And what I am about to fill that room with is worth more than everything they ever gave you and everything they ever took. Here is something most people never understand about divine removal. When I remove someone from your life, I do not just remove their presence. I remove their influence. That voice in your head that sounds like them. The one that made you feel like you were never enough. That voice is going to go quiet. The anxiety you felt every time your phone buzzed wondering if it was them, that anxiety is going to dissolve. The version of yourself that you became around them. Smaller, quieter, dimmer than you were ever meant to be, that version is going to fade, and the real you is going to resurface. The you that existed before they convinced you to shrink. And I know this hurts. I know that even as you hear these words, there is a part of you that wants to defend them, that wants to say maybe they will change. Maybe it was not that bad. Maybe I should give it one more chance. But I am your father, and I am telling you that I have seen the end of that road, and it leads nowhere I want you to go. Trust me enough to release them. Not with anger, not with bitterness, with grace. Let them go, and let me handle the rest. So if you already know exactly who I am talking about, and I know that you do, type I release them right now. Type it as an act of surrender, not to them, to me. Let those words be the moment you finally give yourself permission to stop holding on to something that was never meant to stay. And what I am about to share next is the part your heart has been aching to hear. Because now that the weight is being lifted and the wrong person is being moved, I need to tell you what is coming to replace them. And chosen one, what is coming is going to make you realize that every heartbreak was just making space for something your mind could not have designed on its own. Stay right here. Now that I have lifted the weight of the wrong person from your shoulders, I need to speak to the other burden you've been carrying in silence. The one you hide behind smiles and quick answers when someone asks how you are doing. The money. I know what your bank account looks like right now. I know about the bills you have been juggling, deciding which one to pay first and which one to push back one more month. I know about the mental math you do every single day before you buy anything, even the small things. I know about the shame that comes with it. The feeling that at your age, at this point in your life, you should be further along than this. And I know you have not told anyone how bad it has gotten. Because admitting it out loud would make it too real. I need you to stop right here and listen to what I am about to say, because this is the part where everything changes. Your financial breakthrough is not coming. It is here. Not next year, not next month, not in some distant season you have to keep praying toward. The provision I assign to you has already been released in the spiritual realm, and the physical manifestation of it begins between April 5th and 7. I did not say it might begin. I said it begins. The difference between those two statements is the difference between hope and certainty. And I am giving you certainty right now. Here is something most of my children do not understand about how I release finances. I do not always drop money from the sky. Sometimes I do. But more often I open a door of opportunity that looks ordinary on the outside, but carries extraordinary provision on the inside. It might come as a conversation with S. Omni you least expect. It might come as an idea that drops into your mind at 2 in the morning. It might come as a job offer, a business connection, a phone call, or an invitation that seems small but leads to something massive. And the reason most people miss their financial miracle is because they are looking for the extraordinary while I am moving through the ordinary. Do not dismiss anything that comes to you in this window. Test everything. Respond to everything. Because the blessing I am sending might arrive wearing clothes you do not recognize. I need to address the lie you have been believing about money, because it has been blocking your ability to receive. Somewhere along the way, you started to believe that wanting financial abundance makes you greedy, that asking God for money is selfish, that truly spiritual people should be content with barely enough. That is a lie that was planted in your mind to keep you small. I am the God who owns every gold mine, every oil reserve, every undiscovered resource on this planet. Scarcity is not my nature. I did not design you to merely survive. I designed you to have more than enough so that your overflow becomes someone else's miracle. The money I am releasing to you is not just for you. It is to fund the calling I placed inside you. It is to position you to help the people I am going to send your way. And it is to serve as living proof that I keep my promises to those who refuse to stop believing. So right now, right in this moment, type it as a declaration over your finances. Type it as a stake in the ground that says, "The season of barely making it is over, and the season of overflow has begun." Type abundance if you are ready to receive what I have already released into your life. And do not move past this next part, because this is where most chosen ones miss what was meant for them. What I am about to tell you next goes deeper than money, deeper than relationships, deeper than anything I have spoken over you so far. I am about to answer the one question that has haunted you your entire life. The question you have whispered in the dark more times than you can count. Why me? Why did God choose me? Stay right here, because the answer is going to break you open in the most beautiful way. This is the part of the video I have been waiting to share with you. Everything before this was building toward this moment. Every section, every word, every revelation was leading you right here. Because this is where I answer the question that has lived inside you for as long as you can remember. The question you were too afraid to ask out loud because you were terrified the answer would confirm what you secretly feared. Why me? Out of all the people on this earth, why would God choose me? I am not the smartest. I am not the most talented. I am not the one with the perfect life or the perfect faith. I have made mistakes that still make me cringe when I think about them. I have fallen more times than I can count. So why me? I am going to answer that right now, and I need you to let every wall down when I do. Do not guard your heart for this part. Let it be open. Let it be exposed. Because what I am about to say is going to reach a place inside you that has been locked for years. I did not choose you because you are perfect. I did not choose you because you never doubted. I did not choose you because you had it all together. I chose you because you did not have it together, you did not feel qualified, you did not see anything special when you looked in the mirror, and you still showed up. You still prayed. You still believed. Do you understand how rare that is? Do you understand what it means to me when a broken heart still chooses faith over fear? The world is full of people who belie when things are good. The world is overflowing with people who praise my name. When the blessings are flowing, and the bank account is full, and the relationship is perfect. But you believed when the cupboard was empty. You praised me with tears running down your face. You whispered my name in hospital rooms and lonely apartments, and during nights so dark, you were not sure morning would come. That is why I chose you. Not because of your strength, because of your refusal to let go of me, even when letting go would have been easier. Here is something that will change how you see yourself for the rest of your life. In the spiritual realm, faith that survives fire is the most valuable substance in existence. It is rarer than anything on earth. And your faith has been through fire after fire after fire, and it is still burning. That battered, bruised, barely breathing faith you thought was not enough is the very thing that made heaven stop and take notice of you. Angels have watched you. They have witnessed your silent battles, and they have marveled not at your perfection, but at your persistence. You are not chosen in spite of your brokenness. You are chosen because of what your brokenness revealed. It revealed a heart that will not quit. And a heart that will not quit is the only kind of heart I can trust with what I am about to release. I know you have compared yourself to others. I know you have looked at people who seemed to have it easier and wondered what they did right that you did wrong. But you were never meant to walk their path. Their path does not require what yours requires. Their calling does not demand the depth of endurance that yours demands. I built you different on purpose. The weight you have carried was never a sign that I forgot you. It was training for a throne that most people could not sit on without being crushed by the responsibility. But you, Key, and because you have already carried the weight, and now instead of crushing you, it is going to crown you. So if this made something stir inside you, if your eyes are wet right now, or your chest is tight, or you feel something breaking loose in your spirit, then type, I am chosen. Not because I need you to say it, because you need to hear yourself say it. Type it, and let those words become the truth you carry from this moment on. You are not an accident. You are not a mistake. You are handpicked by the creator of the universe, and nothing the enemy has ever said about you can overrule that. And what I am about to share next is the final key. Because now that you know why you were chosen, I need to tell you what you must do between April 5th and 7 to fully unlock everything I have spoken over you today. There are 3 specific things I am asking you to do, and if you do them, nothing on this earth can stop what is coming. Stay with me. You now know why you were chosen. You now know what is being activated. You now know who is being removed and what is being released over your finances, your relationships, and your calling. But none of it moves without your participation. I have unlocked the door. I have removed the barriers. I have silenced the enemy's attacks against this window. But you are the one who has to walk through it. And to walk through it, I need 3 things from you between April 5th and 7. Not 10 things, not 100 things. 3. And if you do these 3 things with your whole heart, nothing in heaven or on earth can delay what I have assigned to your life. The first thing I need from you is stillness. I need you to be still. And I do not mean sitting quietly while your mind races through your problems. I mean a deep, intentional stillness, where you silence every voice except mine. Turn off the noise. Step away from the opinions. Stop asking people what T, hey, think you should do. Between April 5th and 7, I need you to create space for my voice and my voice alone. Because I am going to speak to you during this window. I am going to drop something into your spirit. A direction, a name, a number, an idea. Something specific that will be the first domino in your breakthrough. But if your mind is cluttered and your attention is scattered, you will miss it. Not because I was not loud enough, but because you were not quiet enough to hear me. So be still, even if it is just 15 minutes a day during this window. Sit with me, close your eyes, breathe, and listen. What I whisper in that silence will be worth more than 1,000 hours of worrying ever gave you. The second thing I need from you is forgiveness. And I know your stomach just tightened when I said that word. Because there is one person you are still holding on to. Not holding on to with love, holding on to with pain. You replay what they did to you. You rehearse conversations that never happened. You carry the weight of their actions every single day, and it is poisoning the very ground I am trying to plant your blessing in. Do not move past this part, because this is where most chosen ones miss what was meant for them. Unforgiveness does not punish the person who hurt you. It punishes you. It blocks the flow of what I am trying to pour into your life. And here is what most people never realize about forgiveness. Forgiving someone does not mean what they did was acceptable. It means you are choosing to stop carrying the cost of their actions. You are handing the debt to me and letting me settle it. I am a just God. I will deal with them. But I cannot deal with them while you are still standing in the courtroom holding the case file. Release it. Let it go. Between April 5th and 7, say their name out loud and say, I forgive you. Not for them, for you. For the blessing that is waiting on the other side of that release. The third thing I need from you is declaration. I need you to speak your blessing out loud, as if it is already done. Not as a wish, not as a hope, as a fact. Open your mouth and say, my financial breakthrough is here. Say the right people are entering my life now. Say my calling is activated and I am walking in my purpose. There is a spiritual law that most people never learn. The mouth is a creative instrument. What you speak, you summon. What you declare, you set into motion. And between April 5th and 7, your words carry 10 times the weight they normally do. Because heaven is listening with special attention during this window. So right now, type IOB if you are committing to all three. Stillness, forgiveness, declaration. Type IOBEAN, seal your commitment before the throne of God. And stay right here, because what comes next is my final word to you, my closing blessing. And chosen one, I saved the most powerful part for last. What I am about to speak over your life in this final moment is something you will carry with you long after this video ends. Do not leave before you receive it. Before you go, stay with this one last message carefully. This may be the most important thing spoken in this entire video, because everything I have told you over the last hour means nothing if you leave without receiving this final blessing. And I did not bring you this far to let you walk away empty. Look at what you just sat through. Look at what your spirit just absorbed. You came into this video feeling heavy. You came in carrying doubt and exhaustion and silent pain that nobody around you fully understood. You came in wondering if God still saw you. And now look where you are. You know why you have been feeling off. You know it was never depression and it was never failure. It was preparation. You know what I have been doing behind the scenes while you thought nothing was moving. You know about the 3 activations between April 5th and 7. The financial door, the relationship, the calling. You know the enemy tried to stop you from hearing this, and he failed. You know who I am removing from your life and why. You know that your season of barely surviving is ending. You know why I chose you, and it had nothing to do with perfection, and everything to do with a heart that refused to stop believing. And you know the 3 things I need from you in this window: stillness, forgiveness. You did not have any of that when you pressed play, but you carry all of it now. And what you carry changes everything. Everything you just heard, you already knew it. Deep inside, you just needed a voice to remind you that it was always true, that you were always chosen, that you were always seen, that the pain was always leading somewhere, and that somewhere is here. So receive this now. Let these words settle over you like a covering that nothing can penetrate. You are not forgotten. You never were. You are not behind. You are exactly on time. The tears you cried in secret watered seeds that are about to break through the ground in ways that will leave the people around you speechless. The best chapter of your life does not begin someday. It begins now, between April 5th and 7. And you are ready for it, because I made you ready through every single thing you survived to get to this moment. I am proud of you, not for being perfect, for being present, for still being here when every reason to quit was louder than every reason to stay. That is why heaven knows your name. Now type Amen one final time. Let that be your seal over everything spoken in this video. Then type 1212 to claim the miracles that are already in motion over your life. And before you close this screen, I want to ask you something from my heart. If his message touched you, if it reached a place inside you that needed to be reached, then share this video with one person who is going through what you have been going through. You know someone right now who needs to hear this. Send it to them. Let your obedience become their miracle. And subscribe to this channel and tap that bell, because I am not done speaking to you. This was not a one-time message. This is the beginning of a conversation between you and heaven that will not stop as long as you keep showing up. Go in peace, chosen one. You are covered, you are protected, and you are closer to your breakthrough than you have ever been. I love you, and I will speak to you again soon.